Yo, what is up everybody? Chris here from FakeSportsNews, bringing you guys a tier list video. This time I'm bringing you guys the final tier list going into CDL Champs. If you guys want my typical report cards, I am bringing you guys season end report cards as well as season ending threads for each team that is going into CDL Champs. So on Monday I looked at our 8th and 7th seeds, which are the... Let me think for a second. Minnesota Rokkr was 6. The Seattle Surge were the 7th seed, and the Seattle Surge were the 8th seed. The Boston Breach were the 7th seed. So I looked at those two guys last night. If you missed it, that is on the Twitter account at FakeSportsFans. Go ahead and follow that, and be sure to check out all the threads where I go through 5 highlights from each team, major highlights, and then I give you guys the season stats, showing you who the best players on the team were, as well as giving you guys a report card, giving them a season ranking, as well as a good idea of what their best chance of winning at Champs this weekend is. So without further ado, be sure to go check out those tier lists on Twitter at FakeSportsFans. Everything will be there by the time Champs begins on Thursday at 1 p.m. So be on the lookout for that. And without further ado, let's get right into the tier list. So we're kicking things off with the Boston Breach. I will say that they are probably our lowest rated team going into Champs, just given their overall recent performance history. Losing to London in their last showing at the Major 5, that was their last land showing before Champs. That's not a good sign to end on, and no one else had sour grapes quite as sour as them or the Seattle Surge, who I'll actually put in A tier just because they have won an event. Their teamwork and their composure has been shown to be there all season last year, and it's just a question of the personnel getting back to basics and really performing at the highest level like we know they can. There are some things that were outside of their control, emotional things and just personal things outside of the game, like Pred not going to Optic, that could be influencing this team and impacting them negatively. We won't know until the season's over and things are a little bit more transparent. But as it stands, I feel like Seattle is a good team, and they could at any point surprise us and get back to being the Seattle of old. The next team, Atlanta Faze. The best team in the game right now, #1 on the leaderboards, as well as #1 in most of the advanced stats in terms of teams. Hardpoint performance, obviously not there. S&D for sure, and Control as well. They're up there with the top teams. And consistently, they've been a top 3 team all year. They've never placed outside of the top 3 on LAN, and they have held the #1 seed in the regular season pretty much all year long after Major 1. So they've been the clear-cut #1 team. No one has had a better average placing than them, and no one's had more consistent placings than them. So that's why I have them as the favorite going into this event. I feel like they will win it all. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm just a good analyst. We'll see this weekend. But I think most people are expecting FaZe to win this event. Simp has an average placing of 1.5 at Champs. That guy loves Champs, and so does Abizi, so does Celium, and so does Slasher. So, yeah, looking good for FaZe. Another team that loves Champs, the guys who won it last year, the LA Thieves. They are my... they're my third most likely team to win Champs, behind, of course, the Major 5 winners, New York Subliners. More on that in a second. The LA Thieves are actually one of the most well-rounded teams within this game. They are 28 and 26 in S&D, 30 and 18 in Control, and a whopping 45 and 31 in hardpoint. So they're a dominant team when it comes to their LAN performances. They made a lot of deep runs at LAN. That's where a lot of those map wins came from. And they really don't struggle until they play top teams. So LA Thieves, I think, are an S tier team, and they are my third favorite team to win. I feel like they are the third best team at this event. Of course, I feel like the Subliners are just a little bit better in current form, and that's why I have them in the S tier, right behind FaZe. I feel like Subliners, if FaZe slip up, they are the next best team, and they will win the event. I have them as the runners-up against Atlanta Faze. Of course, if you guys missed my video with Dempsey, my duo, be sure to go check that out. I go through all of my picks for this weekend, and I actually picked Atlanta Faze to win it all, and I have New York Subliners in the grand finals. I have LA Thieves placing third. So that leads me to, I'm not trying to do like the video in order, but Optic Texas with the COVID thing, I just have to put them in fourth right now. It remains to be seen. I think if there was no COVID, I think Optic Texas would be the clear favorites to win Champs, but I don't know how sick the players are as of right now, and how their recovery's gone, and what their symptoms are, and just how much practice they've gotten, and how much this has thrown off their entire Champs preparation. So Optic Texas, big question mark, remains to be seen in terms of how much practice they've gotten and how they're looking going into the biggest event of the year. Are they comfortable? Are they battle tested? Have they even been able to practice at full capacity and form good habits, fix the mistakes they were making that really led to the losses at Major 5? Obviously, Dan was sick. I think Hook was sick, so that's kind of a throwaway, but there are obviously some very, very important lessons to take from those losses. So if Optic Texas went back to the drawing board and they're able to practice, I think they're in a good spot going into champs, and they are a favorite to win it all. But if COVID really impacted them the way that we all think it did, then expect somewhere in the top 4 or top 4 to 6 to be safe, Optic fans. Minnesota Rokkr, they are a step below the Seattle Surge, but I still put them above the Boston Breach in terms of their overall strength. I feel like they are a step above. I feel like Breach is just the clear-cut worst team at this tournament. No disrespect to them. It's just they made a roster change. So, you know, everybody else is very solidified in their rosters and just what they want to do at this point in the year. That's why I have the Breach as the odd man out in the B tier. So, yeah, I'm thinking that the Toronto Ultra are the best team in this lower rung. They are right on the verge of being an S tier team. I have them as the 5th best team in this game. They have the potential, obviously, to win an event. They won Major 3. So don't count them out, but on the same token, their consistency has been all over the place. So, and they also do struggle in certain matchups, like against the Atlanta Faze, or of course against teams like Optic Texas. So if you have that many matchups where you are in unfavorable situations, then your pathway to victory is a little bit harder. There are 2 teams that you really can't encounter, or else you're going to have a lot of trouble, and that's Ultra's problem. So that's why I have them in the A tier. I feel like they're the strongest in the A tier. I feel like the A tier is just full of teams who have glaring weaknesses that will prevent them from necessarily making deep runs of this champs. So yeah, guys, if you want my more in-depth thoughts, excuse me, be sure to go check out the last video that I did. Of course, a collab with my duo Dempsey. I went over everything more in-depth, match by match, with my thoughts as well as how I see each match going, score by score. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the previous video going over things with Dempsey. Hope you guys enjoyed all the COD this weekend, and I hope you guys have enjoyed all the coverage on Twitter. I've been bringing you guys highlights. I've been bringing you report cards giving holistic scores of the teams. I'm giving you guys insights into the top performers of the season based on all the season stats from the CDL broadcast. Shout out to my buddy Tim's Takes for giving me that data. And yeah, I'm giving you guys everything I can this week, doing the last big champs push for the end of the season, and I hope you guys enjoy all the content that I'm putting out. Hope you guys enjoy champs, and if you're going, have a great time, be safe, and make some memories. And if you're betting on champs, just bet safely. Champs is going to be crazy, so don't put a lot of money down. Don't put yourself into financial trouble. I'm not going to be betting. I don't bet anymore. I got out of the game a few years ago, but just felt like I give the disclaimer because inevitably people are going to be like, oh, it's a championship event. Let me put $10 on it. Be very careful. Expect the unexpected. So yeah, guys, that was about wrap it up for me. Hope you have a great morning, noon, or night wherever you may be on this beautiful planet, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Once again, this is Chris from FakeSportsNews, and I'm signing off. Hope you guys enjoy all the COD, and I hope you have a great morning, noon, or night wherever you may be on this beautiful planet, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.